followed through their procedures and worked diligently to get us here today, Daryl. So I can't say enough about the teams that have continued to bring us here for Landsat's launch this morning.
As we approach the T-minus 4 minutes, what do we expect to hear?
So we're going to hear them pick up the count.
The time will be T-minus 4 minutes and counting. 3, 2, 1, mark.
So we just heard now the L clock and the T clock will sync up. We are now entering terminal count. At T-minus 3, we will hear the team secure topping and verify that everything's at flight levels. Around 2 minutes and 50 seconds, we will hear that the flight termination system will go to internal power, making sure that all the safety protocols are on the rocket as we launch this morning. And around 2 minutes, we'll hear that the Atlas and Centaur vehicle go internal on battery power, which means is a clear signal that we will be launching on time this morning. And then at 1 minute, we will hear the United States Space Force give us a range go or green thumbs up, and we will then proceed into our T0 mark for Landsat 9 this morning.
As you can see there, the rocket against a dreary backdrop with a marine layer and a little bit of fog. It's 93% humidity here along the central coast of California. It's about little less than 60 degrees in the temperature that's outside. None of that is a factor. Over the past few days, we've also seen some smoke from a nearby wildfire at Sequoia National Forest. There you're looking right down the side of the booster, the Atlas V booster, and seeing that condensation coming off that super chilled skin of the rocket.
Yeah, I love that shot, that rocket cam shot. That'll be a great shot as we lift off this morning. And as you said, seeing that super chilled tank as it filled with liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen on the Centaur tanks this morning, we're just excited about this. And we just heard from the team that they're going to flight levels on the tanks, and so that's a good sign that we are getting ready to close those vent valves and move into what we call step 3 for flight pressures.
Once that rocket lights, that orange fire will certainly change the light and change the mood of many of the folks who are watching this. Certainly on TV, you're going to see all of that. We've got all the cameras focused in, all the angles on this rocket. You can see on the progress bar, we are go for launch. Our next point is liftoff.
Vehicle internal.
So we just heard the call, Daryl, for vehicle internal. That's a good sign. We're going to hear the last poll here to verify everything is go.
Securing Centaur LH2.
Securing Centaur LO2.
There's where they're securing and shutting off the vent valves and they're securing the vehicle.
Launching 137.
FTS armed.
Flight termination system is armed. We are getting closer and closer to that T0 mark, Daryl.
And there's a big moment at T-minus 45 seconds. What do we hear there?
We're going to hear the launch conductor, Scott Barney, verify from the last minute that everybody's ready to go, and we get a green to go for launch.
It's been a lot of work to get to this point, a lot of preparation. Let's listen in.
There we just heard vent valves locked, and as you saw, Daryl, you pointed out earlier that steaming off the vehicle has now stopped. The vent valves are up.
Rock, report range status.
The range is green.
That is a great sign to hear range is green, Daryl, that we are good to go. Coming up on that poll from launch conductor Scott Barney.
40.
Stable at step 3.
Status check. Go Atlas.
Go Centaur.
Go Landsat 9.
And there it is, the word to launch Landsat 9.
T-minus 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition. And liftoff. Liftoff of an Atlas V rocket and Landsat 9, continuing the legacy of an irreplaceable 50-year record on our ever-changing planet.
Control system response looks good. RD-180 engine operating parameters continue to look good. Vehicle has begun the pitch over maneuver. Body rates look good.
That pitch over maneuver heading it to the south towards Southern California and down to Mexico.
Now passing 40 seconds into flight. Engine operating parameters continue to look good. Pump speeds and injector pressures all within expected ranges.
There's a shot from our tracker cam above the marine layer.
Now 55 seconds into flight. Vehicle is now completing the pitch over maneuver. Body rate responses continue to look good. 3 minutes remaining in the boost phase of flight. Pump speeds and injector pressures on the RD-180 continue to look good. Body rates continuing to look good. And at 1 minute 20 seconds into flight, Atlas is now supersonic, vehicle passing Mach 1.
A critical moment for the rocket.
And vehicle is now passing max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. RD-180 performance continues to look good throughout boost phase. Engine's now throttling down slightly as expected. Engine response looks good.
That throttle down reduces the stress on the 19-story tall vehicle.
At 1 minute 50 seconds into flight, vehicle is now 10.7, 13 miles in altitude, 7.9 miles downrange distance, traveling at 1,500 miles per hour. Now just under 2 minutes remaining in the boost phase of flight. At 2 minutes 18 seconds, the Atlas V vehicle now weighs just 1/2 of its liftoff weight. And vehicle's gone to closed loop guidance. Body rates indicating a slight adjustment can be expected for this phase of flight.
There's a beautiful shot right there, looking back towards the planet. And see the plume from the RD-180.
And the reaction control system on the Centaur is now pressurizing to flight levels. System pressure response looks good.
So the reaction control system on Centaur, they're prepping it.
RD-180 engine operating parameters continue to look good throughout boost phase. Body rates remain stable.
Coming up in 60 seconds, the booster engines will cut off.
Flight. Approximately 1 minute remaining now until booster engine cutoff.
Our tracker shot getting a great.
And now 3 minutes 15 seconds into flight. Atlas is 48 miles in altitude, 70 miles downrange distance, traveling at 5,600 miles per hour.
Great shot as it goes out over the Southern Pacific.
Pump speeds and injector pressures on RD-180 continue to look good throughout boost phase. And the Atlas V is now throttling to maintain a constant 5G acceleration limit. Engine response looks good.
Speed currently 7,700 miles per hour.
Has begun boost phase chill down. Now throttling to maintain a constant 4.6G acceleration limit in preparation for BECO.
This is where the booster engine cuts off and then separates.
And we have BECO booster engine cutoff standing by for stage set. And we have good indication of Atlas Centaur separation. We have pre-start on the RL-10, standing by for ignition.
And there you see the separation.
We have ignition and full thrust on the RL-10. Chamber pressure looks good. Body rates look good.
Beautiful shot of the booster falling away as you're looking down.
Good indication of payload fairing jettison.
And you should see the payload fairings. Sometimes they come around the side.
12 minutes, 11 seconds.
There you see one.
RL-10 performance continues to look good in the early part of this first burn. Now passing 4 minutes, 47 seconds into flight.
So we're in a good point, Mick. Flight is looking good. We're going to monitor the situation here. But what a beautiful launch. What a beautiful flight so far.
5 minutes.
But there's still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of work to go on, but beautiful shot there of the RL-10 engine in space, sending Landsat 9 onto its orbit. A great launch this morning. So excited for this.
We're getting some of that orbital sunrise on the engine bell there, and that's just a neat look as you look back at our planet. All right, Marie, we'll keep track of things in here, but for the meantime, we'll send it back out to you on the hill.
All right, thanks, guys. We did get lucky enough for that marine layer to clear so we could see liftoff from here at the gravel pit. Earlier, I had the opportunity to speak with NASA Administrator Bill Nelson about today's launch. Take a listen.